A little while back, I met this amazing guy named Bruce.
Is your name not Bruce then?
No, it's Michael.
That's going to cause a little confusion.
A true gentleman. And I say that because after losing his wife, suddenly, he full gear jumped into super dad mode for his 3 young kids. Not that there was anyone else, but he took it on, right? So mad props, Bruce, like amazing. Not only did he help them through the entire loss, but because they didn't have any family in that state, he picked up, sold the house, he picked up and moved the kids across states back to where his family was so that they would have, all of them would have family and support around and friends because he had friends where he grew up, right? Not only that, finding a new job, jumping in to support his family as we do, right? That's what we do. Through all of that, I've got to thank Bruce because we were talking and he said he scheduled time, took time, found it, made time for grieving with intention or intentionally grieving. And I loved that because he knew that he had a lot more time and didn't want to waste any of it. He had to take advantage of life and live fully. So he was ready to move forward by grieving intentionally. And I love that. Now, he wants to find a relationship. We were working together. We started working together totally. And he figured out that he needs somebody who is as family oriented as he is because he's all about the family experience. Super dad, right? Right. So he had 2 big concerns. His kids, which if you're looking for somebody family oriented is not really a hindrance. So I reassured him on that. But he also had guilt. Now, in deference to Bruce, I'm not going to tell you exactly where his stemmed from, but it is an almost universal, a virtually universal experience for all people who have been widowed, but especially widowed men. It is incredibly common. And there are multiple causes. And this is the big thing. There is survivor's guilt, right? That I should have died, not her. It should have been me. There is reasons for that. There's a core to that. There can be guilt eating at you from unresolved inner conflict, whether it's from an attachment style or early trauma, where you have issues about opening up or opening up fully, abandonment. You're always worried about being hurt. There's guilt in that, right? There's unfinished business, whether it's a broken promise. It could have been something as simple as, but we're going to celebrate your birthday big this year, or whether it was the kind of expectation of, growing old and sitting on the porch and rocking chairs together. Whatever your vision was, that future, that expected future that now isn't, may feel like a broken promise. That can feel as guilt. Whether you felt maybe that you weren't present enough at some point, especially towards the end. If you felt that, yes, but I didn't fix it. I couldn't protect. Some things you can't. No matter what, you can't own that as yours. That'll eat you alive. And goodness help you if there's something like infidelity or some kind of betrayal in the past, and that's still kind of unresolved for you. That leads to a lot of guilt. Other things feeling guilty about moving forward is the perpetuation of identity, like that being so defined by your role, especially common for those of us who cared for our partners for a long time before they passed. We are, to some people, get really defined by the role. They get lost in that becomes who they are, or so much a part of who they are that they forget who they are outside of it, or who they are outside of being, dad to the kids, or outside of being the loyal employee. And there can be guilt in terms of trying to, supplement or change that identity. There's also, of course, the opinions, family, friends, colleagues, social pressures, well, are you sure you're ready? Are you sure? Oh, doesn't it seem a little soon? You're always going to get that. And that's something that has to be dealt with as well. Those are all sources of this guilt. Now, there is also insecurities. That's something else. That's mostly body image or how you perceive yourself, health issues, whether you have children or complicated family history or politics or dynamics, your financial situation or your, family logistics may have blown up because of the loss. I will address that, not here. Check out the next video for that. That really is the source of my next video. It's hugely important to talk about that. But today we're going to be dealing specifically with the guilt. Now, if you do decide, even if you deal with the guilt, if you do decide to move forward, you will have, I promise you will have in the first couple of dates, that moment where you look around and go, is this okay? Yes. Yes, it's okay. It's totally okay. It's new. And anything new is out of your comfort zone. It's going to be a little bit uncomfortable for any number of reasons. And that's okay. Check out my last video up here for detaching from the outcome, enjoying the experience, being comfortable and confident in yourself to kind of really embrace that experience. But when it comes to guilt, I wish I had that magic bullet. I wish I had that, one-line fix. But it isn't as simple. A weed has to get pulled out by the roots. You have to figure out what the cause of it is or what the source of it is. And that's kind of personal. So, hi, I'm Richard Struther. I'm the Widower's Wingman. You can find me at thewidowerswingman.com. Makes sense, right? Right. Okay. From there, you can book a call with me. It's going to say 45 minutes. It's a systems thing. If we need more time, we're going to take more time. But I want to talk to you so we can really get in specifically and weed out that guilt to help you move forward. Now, if for whatever reason I am not able to help, I'm going to be honest about that, but I will help you find the right person to help you with that, right? It's important to deal with that. And I want to make sure that you have somebody you trust. So the Widower's Wingman, because I've got your back through all of this. Even if I'm not the one doing it, I want to make sure that you're okay. I want to thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you want, but super important, if you know somebody who has this guilt, especially after a loss, but has this guilt eating at them, or you suspect they have this guilt eating at them, please share this video with them so that they can reach out and we can make sure that they get the help they need to kind of weed that out too. I will see you in the next video. If I don't get to meet you first, and I truly hope that I get to meet you first.